This is session 2. We are discussing about the project. In the last session, I gave overview, that is how exactly project concept is going to look, that we have seen. Okay. In today's session, we are going to see here what exactly it is going to be and how to implement this process. Now, first of all, if you want to develop any application, then what are required? In simply, we write code files. But what are they? Coding means what we need to write, how we need to start that. That is the most important point. Now, the first point, when you take any project to be implemented, okay, the first thing, that project should be converted into modules. Every project will be converted into modules. Any project you take here that contains modules. Okay. So for example, you just take something like Paytm application here. It's a Paytm type project I just want to implement. Okay. Generally, what are the modules required? Okay. Paytm application, if you just take into individual parts or individual points, actually, if you make it here, the first stage you have to register and login. That I'm just calling as a user module. Okay. So that's actually register and login. You can also call secure module also. Okay. That's a one module. Okay. Once you done here, then it is going to ask, yes, what you want to perform. Okay, you want to do recharge and all here. That is actually called bills and payments module. Bills and payments modules. Okay, next, if you want to purchase any item actually, or else if you want to add the money into payment actually here, that's called UPI. Just one concept is there. Or else adding credit card, added debit card. So that's actually wallet module here. We can call it's a wallet and balance module. Okay, so like that, every application you take that contains multiple modules. Okay, you'll be having so many if you list out here. Okay, like gas booking, electricity bill payment, okay, swiping cards, offers, promotions. Okay, so we'll be having so many. If you look at here, a project is a collection of modules. Okay, in simply here, it's a collection of modules we can call here. Or else if we write multiple modules and finally they'll be integrated with each other based on the design, there's a finally one project. You just take any kind of project. You just take something like e-commerce project like Amazon. Okay, there is a search module will be there. If you just take Amazon application, okay, Amazon application, there is a search module will be there. First we are going to search item. Okay, then add to cart module will be there. Then next payment module will be there. Then order and tracking module will be there. Okay, then actually we can print invoice module will be there. Okay, so then we can have returns module. Okay, and feedback and comment module. So many modules will be there. Every application is a collection of modules. In a simple terminology here, are you developing any application? Yes. First of all, identify the modules. Yes, I have identified one module here. Yes, I want to implement one module. Then how to implement this? Okay, the next important thing here, after identifying modules of a project, then you should implement every module individually, then integrate the module based on the relations. Okay, understand here. The next two stages here is, okay, implement module and integrate module. Okay, these are the two stages actually. Okay, first we are going to see implement module, how to implement one module. Then we are going to see how to integrate with another module. Okay, first I am going to concentrate here, that is module implementation and module integration. We can also call it here. So just I'm just giving as a single heading here, this concept, this actually called module implementation and integration. Means in simple here, creating cart module, okay, creating payment module, that's fine. we should be able to move from cart module to payment module, because programmatically they two are different codes. Okay, they are two are actually different. Okay, application wise all are actually one application, but while coding we are going to separate the cart and we are going to write. It's done by one developer, payment is done by another developer. Finally, what are the cart items are there, so those item costs must be done payment here. Okay, like that they're actually integrated. Okay, that's called module implementation and integration. Okay, how to implement the module and how to integrate one module with another module, these are the two important things we should have clarity here while developing any project. Okay, let us take first of all how to implement. Okay, implementation of module here. Okay, do you want to implement one module, only one module at a time here, then we should take the concept of layers design. The basic design we have to take here is layers. Okay, so layers, if we just want to compare here, yes. Okay, if we have one house, you want to construct that house here, how one house is divided into multiple parts. Okay, like bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, balcony. Okay, like storeroom. Okay, how you divide, in a same way our code files also, our code files will be divided into multiple levels. Okay, or multiple parts. They is generally actually called as layers. Okay, what type of code you are writing, based on that one layer name is given. Okay, so the total layers actually here are four. What are they? If you look at here, one is actually presentation layer. Presentation layer, short format we call PL. This is totally is used to implement the UI. It is completely used to implement the UI designing. Okay, second layer we call service layer. Some people call as business layer also, no mistake, whatever you call here. This is to write logics, calculations, transaction management, it is sortings, like that we can write here. Now third layer, data access layer. Okay, this is called DAL. Very simple here is performing CORD operations, database operations. We can also call it here working with the database. Give the data to database and take the data from database. And finally, we are going to have something like integration layer. Do you want to link your application with any other application? Then linking is done have, that is actually, that is called integration. Link our application with other application. Okay, all applications may not need integration, that depends on the requirement. Of course, nowadays mostly used. For example, you are developing an application similar to Book My Show. Assumption you are implementing an application like Book My Show. After booking a ticket in Book My Show, that is after selecting the ticket in the Book My Show, you have to do payment. For payment, you are moving to Paytm application or something like credit card banking site, or something like debit card. If you're doing something, you have to move from Book My Show application to another application. Okay, such moving is actually done if you do implementation of link between your application and other application. Okay, so that is actually called integration. Integrating means linking your application, linking with any other application. Okay, that is called IL, integration layer. Okay, these are the four different layers required, and in these four layers we are going to write different types of code files. Let me show diagrammatical representation how it looks. Okay, I'm just taking a simple application, only one module I'm speaking here. Keep that point in the mind. Okay, if you know how to develop one module, in the same way we can develop all the modules. Then we are going to do integration. Now we are discussing the concept of implementation. Once it is done, we go for implementation, that is integration. Okay, yeah, linking one application, yeah, you can take any example. Amazon linking with Google Pay. Correct answer. Yes, correct answer. You can just take any example. That's not only this one. You can take any kind of example. I gave one. Okay. So here I'm just taking one module. Keep that in the mind. Okay. I am writing the layers. Okay. Layers. Okay. Let us take four different layers we have. I will write short format here. Remember, presentation layer, service layer, data access layer, and integration layer. After this demo session done, this video recording link and this notes I'll post in my Facebook group. You can just go through that. Details will be given at the end. You can just watch this. Okay. So there I'm just taking the layers designing here, how it is going to look. Observe carefully. We'll be having different layers. Presentation layer, service layer, data access layer, and integration layer. As of now, I'm not involving integration layer. Okay, I'll show you the separate design. Let me take 3 because I just want to show some code files here. Okay, I'm just taking only 3 here. Yeah, 4th one will also come. In the next sessions, we see it's a presentation layer, service layer, and data access layer. Integration layer we see later. Okay, like this we have. As a simple point, if you want to remember here, presentation layer is simply used to designing. Presenting means display something finally UI. Okay, reading data from UI and giving data to UI. Okay, that's actually communicating to UI. Service layer, okay, calculations, okay, transaction management, okay, anything if you want to do sortings. Okay, so data access layer simply called as CUD operations, means create, update, read, and delete. Database operations, select, update, read, and delete, we can also call it here. So here, this is communicating with the database. Finally here, we'll be having database. Okay, so here, this actually a permanent memory that is going to store the data here. It's like a storing the data here that will communicate with the database. Okay, it's a database here. Now, if I take one module, then we have to take designing of these layers. As of now, I've taken 3 layers here. Okay, in these 3 layers, what kind of code files we have to write? That's a point. Okay, now we'll be having 2 types of files we are just going to take in the coding. One is Java files, second one non-Java files. Okay, I am just taking as a types of files actually here 2 types of code files. Okay, for our easy convenient here, I'm just taking types of code files. We have 2. Okay, one is actually Java files, means .java. It can be class, interface, enum, annotation, error or exception, whatever you write here. Second one, non-Java file. Non-Java file means actually HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Okay, so like UI files, XML configuration, properties. Okay, it is different types of files will come here. We first discuss the concept of Java files, then we go for the concept of non-Java files also. Okay, let us take, I have taken one module. For that one module, I just want to implement the layer structure. Total, we have 4 layers, but as of now, I'm just taking only 3 layers. Okay, to show the files here as of now. Okay, I'll add one more layer also below. Okay, I'll add one more layer also later. Okay, let it be here. I'll add it now. Okay, observe here. What are the different types of files we have to write? The first one we need to write actually, it's a model class. Okay, we can also call it as entity class, a class that represents a database table. For example, you take a module called employee module, then employee model class we have to write. This model class is connected to database table. We'll be having, you have one employee table, yes, then you write one employee model class. You have admin table, then admin model class. Product table, product model class. Like how many tables we generally want to represent, those many model classes we write. Okay, so based on some integration, count tables count changes actually, but one module you take here, we write one model class or one entity class. Okay, second one we are going to start here, data access layer. Okay, To perform the operation, we are going to follow a design called that is called POJI POJO design pattern for loosely coupling. Okay. If you are listening that word called coupling, loosely coupling and tightly coupling, in session number 6, we are going to discuss that one. What is coupling, tight coupling and loose coupling? Okay. What are the advantages and disadvantages that we see in the session? As of now, just remember a simple design pattern that is called POJI POJO. In very simple words, interface and implementation class. Okay, that is actually used if one layer get modified, another layer should not get affected. If you modify something in service layer, data access layer should not get affected. Such designing and linking is actually called loose coupling. Couple link. Linking two is called coupling. Loose coupling means one if you modify, another one should not get affected. How and why we are going to see in session number 6. As of now, just remember a simple interface and implementation here. Okay, and this one here I am just going to write a second one. It's an interface. In a short format, we are going to call actually here. Okay, in a short format, we are going to call it's a repository. It's a repository. Okay, we are going to write. Okay, this repository we are actually going to write as an interface, but implementation class we will not write. We are never going to write an implementation class. For this, Spring Boot only provides one implementation by using proxy pattern. Okay, a proxy class is going to come. What you need to do, you should use another predefined interface, something like JPA repository or CRUD repository. You have to use JPA repository or CRUD repository. We have to use. We have to write interface by using one interface only. Okay, we have to write one interface by using interface only. Observe here, like that it is going to create here. Here, relation created is a, we can call inheritance. That relation is actually called as is a, we can call inheritance. Okay, generally we have to write a class, interface and class, interface and class. But as per the Spring Boot design, we are going to write interface and interface only. One class is generated based on your inputs given here. Okay, just I'm giving dash. Dash indicates something module name, some repository we have to write. Okay, this is coding order number 2. This is the one we have to write. Above one JPA repository is a predefined. Below one you should write repository interface. Okay, this is, observe here, repository is POJI, not JPA repository. This is actually we call as POJI. Proxy class is POJO. Here we write only interface. Okay, class also will be there, but generated by data JPA. We don't write this. It's generated. Our work is reduced almost. And coming to second layer, here also we follow POJI POJO design pattern. Okay, and here I am just writing one interface. I generally call as I service. I indicates interface. It's just a naming convention followed. Okay, in real time to search files easily. It's actually here third one we are calling here, and fourth one for this implementation we are going to write, that is called service IMPL. Okay, and these two again connected using a relation that is called is a, means inheritance. Keyword is implements here. Okay, and finally here we have presentation layer. In the presentation layer we are going to write a single class that is called controller. Okay, so many people will ask, sir, why we use only POJI POJO in service and data access? Very simple. Okay, in for example, you are in this layer. Is this having next any layer? Then take interface to connect. Is this having next any layer? No, don't take interface, write the class. Okay, if your current layer is having next any connected layer, take interface. If your current layer having next any connected layer, then take interface here. Okay, so here this is only a class. iService is actually interface and service IMPL is actually a class. And a controller is also a class. It's a controller. It's a control. It's also a class. Okay, iService interface, service IMPL, controller is a class. Okay. Now, if you look at within the layer, relation is a layer to layer, presentation to service layer, service to data access layer to layer, relation created has a. We can also call association mapping in Java has it. Has it. This actually has it. Okay. And this is has it. It is going to create a relation has it. That's a symbolic notation just I'm following. It's a has a relation. Okay. So understand there are two simple core Java things will be there actually here. Is a we can call it inheritance. Okay. Within layer, we have to follow this relation. Within the layer, within the layer, follow is a has a. We can call association mapping. Okay. Between layers. Between layer. You want to link one layer with another layer, we go for has a. Okay, within the layer, we go for is a. Okay, using this is a has a combination is only called as loosely coupling, actually. Okay, but today I'm just giving only module implementation. What are the types of Java files we are writing? Okay, one model class. I'll give one example also. Two repository interface. Three iService. Four service IMPL. Five controller. You are not required to by heart. Okay, if you practice 4 5 examples, then automatically you'll remember. Okay, no need to by heart, just observe today. Next, we are going to write even different types of files. Even six, we are going to write actually. It's a view class. Okay, we are going to write something like Excel view, PDF view. Okay, exporting. That's actually different types of views will be there here. Just I'm writing Excel or PDF like this. We are going to have some views. Okay, next we are going to write validators. Okay, validator also a class here. Now, generally, validation means checking whether our input data is correct or not. Validations generally done at two places. One is at browser, we can also call it client side. Second one is at server side. Remember, okay, validations done at two places. Okay, one is actually at client side. We can also call it browser before submitting request. This client side validation will check pattern. Okay, pattern we can also call format. Is password 5 characters? We have password something like password 5 characters only. Okay, email is there. Okay, email should follow something like some characters at the rate, some characters, some dot, some characters like this in this format. It's a email pattern here. Okay, so if you want to mention pattern, what type of input it should be, that's called a client side validation. Okay, browser will check. Okay, enter only number. Okay, choose any one value, it must be provided, it's a mandatory, like that inputs will be there. Okay, server side, what we are going to do here is, okay, server side we are going to see data related. Okay, data related things actually here. Okay, we can also call it application level validation. Okay, for example, they entered, for example, consider one example here. They entered one email ajay at gmail.com. Okay, they entered something like this. Okay, already this is registered. Okay, where to check? Okay, registered means go and check in database. Okay, going to database and checking means you have to come to application. From browser you have to come to server. If we give value to server, then server is going to check. Okay, it's the overview flow will be like this actually here. Okay, overview flow will be like this actually. It's a browser. In the browser you are actually entering here. Okay, you are entering something here, email, that should make a request, then it will come to server. Server will take the data and it will validate with the database. It is going to validate with the database, whatever the name you are giving. Okay, checking at database side here, such kind of things actually. Server side data validations will be there. Data exist or not, we can also call simply duplicates. Okay, data available or not here. Okay, something you are trying to withdraw amount called some amount here. So I'm just asking here, enter some positive number only here. Okay, I'm asking enter some value, something like a balance. Okay, amount balance we have something like 1,000. Okay, I asked enter some amount to be withdrawn. Okay, withdraw amount is equals to something they entered 3,000. Okay, in the UI, what it is going to check is this number or not. Withdrawal amount is that number or not. But at server, it will check is balance greater than withdrawal amount, at least greater than or equal to, then only can take. Otherwise, we should not allow. That is done at server side. Okay, server side validations if you want to do, okay, then we are going to write a concept called validator class. Of course, you can handle using Ajax concepts also, but finally validation is done at server side only. Okay, whether you use Ajax concept or direct implementation you do, there should be a validator logic, okay, which validates data at server side. This validator indicates a server side validator I'm writing. Next one, I'm just writing some utility classes we are actually calling, okay, to do object conversions, okay, data checking, removal duplicates, okay, some common generic operations we are going to do. Not only this one, even we are going to work on a concept called charts. Okay, something we call pie chart, bar chart. Okay, I just want to show some output related to this. For that also I'll go utilities. Okay, chart means, I'll show an example if you don't know. Okay, you can see, you would have seen in the cricket matches like that. It's a pie charts. Okay, these are simple pie chart examples. Yeah, we are going to write application similar to this dynamic output. Chart sizes are going to be changed every time. It's not fixed. Fixed means a small image we can draw. Okay, it's a dynamic. Okay, it's actually bar chart. We are going to work on charts concept like this. Okay, similar output is going to come. Yeah, colors changes that I can't give guarantee here. Okay, but output will be like this. I just want my data should be converted to a graphical format like this. That is actually called utilities. We are going to write charts is a part of utilities. Not only that, we are going to write even so many email utilities, conversion utilities. Okay, convert some list to map. That is a utility class. Okay, show the convert the data list of object array to something like graphical format, utility classes. Okay, we are going to write like this actually. Okay, so here this is another type of file. Generally we write for module. Okay, so here these are the different types of modules. Not these are the different types of files we are going to write here. I still did not include integration layer actually here. Okay, consider integration layer also if you include. Just I'm giving here as an overview. Integration layer also we added here. At the time we are going to write, that's actually we are going to write, it's a REST controller or that depends even REST consumer. Based on the type of your application here, it should be either a consumer or provider. Provider means we are going to write a REST controller or consumer. If it's actually consumer application, REST consumer. We are going to write. See here, these are the different types of files we have to write for one module. Consider your module is employee, then employee model, employee repository, employee service, employee service IMPL, employee Excel view, employee PDF view, employee validator, employee util, employee REST controller, and employee REST consumer. The same way admin, yeah, admin model, admin repository, admin service, service IMPL, admin Excel view, admin PDF view, admin validator, admin util, admin REST controller, admin REST consumer. Yeah, same, all modules one by one, it is going to be. Okay, sometimes we are not going to write these utilities for all the modules, that depends. But these are the files. Okay, go on, we are going to have some different types of files, even something like custom exceptions. Okay, employee not found exception class. Okay, some more also will come later. Those I'm not highlighting. Okay, some custom exceptions will be there. Some extra class also will come. These are the 9 important files I gave specific to layer. Okay, specific to layer concept I gave here. Some extra Java files only will come. It's not end, but it is the basic beginning. It's a beginning here. We are going to have some extra types of files also here. Okay, now let us just list out those different types of files here. Okay, Java code files in order. I'm just showing here one by one. One, it's a model. It's a model is a class. Second, repository. Repository is an interface. Third, iService. It's an interface. This is data access layer. It's a service layer. Service IMPL. It's a class. Service layer. Controller. It's a class. Presentation layer. Okay. View. It is a class. Of course, if you want, you can just consider as a presentation layer. View class. If you want, you can consider as a presentation layer. No mistake. But I'll just mention as a specific files. Okay. Then next one, validator. Okay. These validations are given to presentation layer only, right? It's a presentation layer. Validations will be finally given to presentation, that is UI only. And actually next utils. Okay, it is not only presentation layer, it comes under generic purpose. So I'm not writing as any layer here. It's a util. Next one, we are going to write REST controller. Okay, REST controller is a class that comes under integration layer or as a REST consumer. Of course, you can write both even. That also comes under integration layer. Okay, these are the different types of files we are going to write. Okay, so here if we just take one module if we take here, these are the different types of files you have to write it. Employee model, employee repository, employee service IMPL, like that. Yeah, non-Java files we see. Okay, non-Java files means UI files will be there. Okay, we are going to see them one by one even. Okay, so if we just take here, one module is implemented using layers. These are the 4 different layers will be there. Integration layer we highlight later. As of now, just overview point I gave. Okay, so once one module is implemented, for example, one module is implemented, something like here we'll take something like order module implemented. Okay, in a same way, we wrote different types of code files. We wrote different types of code files here. Order module, and the next one, the payment module. Yeah, who joined late, please have some patience. At the end, I'll give some extra details. Okay, who joined late, joined today, not to worry, I'll just give some extra details. Okay, let me finish the session. I'll clear all your doubts even if we have. Okay, let me continue. Okay, order module we have and payment module we have. Next, I have to integrate them. Okay, like this here. Generally, one time if you do order, okay, one order you just placed here, for that one payment information will be there. Okay, for one general order, okay, you place some, for example, you take something like Big Basket, okay, or something like Amazon, you have placed one order. Every order contains a payment information, cash on delivery, or something like net banking, credit card, debit card. Generally, one module, that is one order module, contains one payment module information. That is called one-to-one. Okay, so here we are applying one association mapping, and with a multiplicity that is called one-to-one, and they are integrated. Okay, let us just take some generalized one. Okay, if you are just getting confused with some generalized one, I'm just taking here. Okay, for example, I just want to implement one application that is having different modules. I'm just taking like this here. There is a employee module is there and project module is there. As of now, just take left and right, anything is fine. Okay, now, so here you can just imagine what kind of as mapping, that is integration will be there between these. There are four integration types possible here. You can guess and you can give in chart also integration types. Okay, it's a one to one, it's a one to many, it's a many to one, and it's a many to many. Any relation you take in the world that comes under one of this category. Anything you just take in the world, you saying that something having this one is connected to another one, you feel definitely it comes under one of this one. Okay, so real world concept only came into database, sir. In simple, actually, it's an integration concept here. Okay, you can guess and give answer also here. So what kind of relation is well suitable between employee and project? For example, you are only person, you joined in a company. Okay, you can do how many projects at a time? That's actually, or is how there are n number of employees, how many how they are going to handle. Okay, generally here you can just think and give answer here. Okay, one employee to one project, if you give one to one, if you give means you are the only person you are working in a project. You are not allowing other employee to work in a project. If your answer is one to one, okay, if you feel something like one to one, okay, you're just assumption something. Okay, that means only for you one project is given. Second person is not working on your project. That's the meaning. Now you can think and you give answer here. Okay, a well suitable answer is actually many to one. Of course, you are the one person doing one project means it's a one to one only. Okay, the well suitable answer is actually it's actually many to one. Okay, still to make in an easy way, I'll just give some generalized example because still we did not start domain, right? Okay, we did not start domain here. I'll just give generalized example here. Very generalized example I'm just giving. Person and actually PAN card or Aadhaar card. You just take any card here like this we have. Okay, now you can guess here. Okay, a very generalized example I gave here. Okay, you can guess here what kind of it is going to be. Okay, it's actually a simple answer is actually here. It's every person contains only one PAN card. Of course, if you contain second one, you have done something wrong. Okay, so here there's actually one to one. It's a one to one. Okay, it's a one person, one PAN card is contained here actually, like that actually here. Now just okay, I'll just give few more examples, not to worry, but we'll see all this later. Just I'm showing a simple integration, employee and address. Now you can guess easily. Well suitable one is actually important here. Well suitable one, you can just guess with the basic knowledge. Once we start the project domain, I'll show domain specific components like unit of measure, order, shipment, product, purchase, sale, payment, like that I'll give. But as of now, a simple one I'm just giving here. Okay, so one employee joined in the company can have multiple address connected, present address, permanent address, yeah, like that you can have. Okay, and temporary address, friend address, office address, yeah, so many, like that you can specify here. Okay, still if you want here, okay, I'm just giving here, it's a company and branch. It's a very simple one. You can guess that. If you start like that, so many examples will come. I'll just stop with this here. We'll go for actual things here. Yeah, it's actually here. It's a one to many. Okay, exactly here. The best suitable actually is one to many, like this. Okay, there's actually next important thing is actually integration. Okay, the next important thing is integration. Integration will be done by using one association mapping that is actually called multiplicity. We can call here. Okay, there's actually integration will be done with one of these types. I'll show how to integrate them. Okay, complete end-to-end integration should be done actually at models, layers, UI, all level integration should be done. Okay, you might have practiced individual programs in your regular sessions, but it's not a simple one. This is a very complex one, but it is only very important one in the project. If you're saying you have done project means it must be there. Without this, if you done project, that's not called project, that is called program. Okay, that's actually called a small program here. That's never called project. Every project should have something like integration, at least few, if not all here, at least few should be there. Okay, in our project, we are going to have multiple integrations also. Okay, so any project you just take it, one will be connected to another. There will be even complex design will be there. Okay, I just gave a very simple one for your understanding. There will be even somewhat so many. One will be connected to A, will be connected to B, B connected to C, C connected to D, D connected to E, like that multiple will be there. Okay, so here the second important that's called integration. Okay, so understand here, a project is a collection of modules. Okay, like these are the example modules. If you take Paytm project, Amazon project modules, these having two stages. One is module implementation, second one module integration. That means developing a module and linking two modules in your simple actually here. Okay, so here if we just take the concept of developing a module here, okay, that then we are going to take four different layers here: presentation, service, data access, and integration. Okay, presentation layer is completely developed using Spring Web MVC here. Okay, it's a boot style coding we are going to write. Web MVC concept we use. Okay, data access layer completely data JPA we are going to use here. Okay, integration layer RESTful web service, and service layer basic simple programming, that's with the transaction management, calculations, and operations. Okay, so here, okay, Ajax concept not here. Ajax concept comes under non-Java. Of course, integration with us only. Okay, integration with Java files, but Ajax UI technology comes under, yeah, jQuery also. Yeah, we'll see that UI technologies later, not now. Okay, this I'll highlight later. Non-Java files will highlight later. Okay, now let us continue here. Yeah, I'll give one example if you. Let us consider one example module. Okay, let us just consider some example module, like it's a order module is there. Okay, order module is there. Then what are the types of files will come? Just I'm giving here one. Just I'm writing order. Okay, you can write order model also, no mistake. Like this, you can write here. It's a order.java. Generally, model class or entity class, I just use module name only. Okay, it's just module name only. Next one, it's a repository. So order repository dot java, but it's an interface. Okay, next I order service. It's a naming convention, just I follow. Next one, order service impl dot java. Next one, it's a order controller dot java. Okay, next one, it's a order excel view dot java, order pdf view dot java, order validator. It's a order util, order rest controller, order rest consumer. Like this, we are going to write some naming comments. Okay, so that is, if you are able to write one specific model here, then any kind of model will be easy. Okay, it's almost similar with small changes will be. Okay, so that we are going to write first level here. It's a writing one module. Integration is very complex, writing code files and all, that I'll show later here. Okay, it's just one example. If you take like that, these are the files required. Okay, are we going to directly write the code? No, no, no. First, we have to draw the designs. Okay, what are the three important designs yesterday I gave? One is actually table, that's called ER. Okay, second is actually flow. Okay, that is called DFD, data flow design. Third is actually your classes. Your classes and interfaces actually here. Classes with relations. Okay, did you identify properly? There are two relations are there. One is actually called is a relation. Okay, we can call it inheritance. Inheritance means you can use a keyword called implements. Either extends or implements comes under inheritance concept. Second one, association, using a class as a type, as a data type, using an interface as a data type. Okay, association mapping. Okay, classes means class and interface here with relations. Okay, for that we are going to write UML. Okay, these are the three diagrams we are going to do here. How to draw these diagrams one by one, that we are going to see in the next session. Okay, we'll take one UI and we'll start with first of all model class. How to write one complete model class, that is designing one UI, okay, designing one table, sample data, then basic operations like that we are going to see one by one. Okay, so these are demo sessions only actually. Okay, so here next demo session we are actually taking on Monday. It's on 24th. Okay, next demo session will be, okay, there are no classes even for 22nd, that is August 22nd here. It's a 24th, next session, next demo session will be there. Okay, if you have any doubts or queries, you can ask here. Before asking your doubts and queries, I'll just clear yesterday points even. Okay, remember, this is suitable for a fresher to 3+ experience. Okay, this is a well suitable project for NT. Sir, I don't know anything. Okay, I got some job in a company, I don't know anything, or else I want to go into company, I know only course knowledge. How to learn project means this is well suitable for them. Okay, it's a fresher to 3+ project. This is completely Spring Boot project. You want to learn this project, these two mandatory. Okay, you should have a good knowledge. You are not required to be expert, but good knowledge is required. What is MVC, what is data JPA programming, you should have already known this. I won't train this. If you know already, then only you are suitable for this. Otherwise, don't waste your time and my time also. Okay, and this is completely duration 3 months, because it's a practical programming we are going to see, because we involve simply giving code means just 1 week sufficient. Okay, I can type super fast code, I can finish in 1 week. But the point is, you should write the code, not me. Remember, you should write the code. If you want to write the code, it takes 3 months, because you have to cover 3 years experience. It's a minimum time required. Okay, and complete code, softwares and everything will be given as a soft copies. Once actual payments are done, we'll take your individual email accounts and we'll give complete documents to you. Okay, this is domain supply chain management and warehouse. Okay, so I'll explain this domain on session number 10. Okay, what exactly this domain here. Okay, if you want to know about these domains individually, you can just go to internet and type the same here. The supply chain management is a concept, just delivering a product from manufacturing to end customer. If you're purchasing any product, something like you're purchasing a mobile through Amazon, how it will come actually? Amazon won't have that product. You know that Amazon is not selling, a separate seller will be selling actually here. Okay, so how that seller is getting the item? Who is actually manufacturing? Okay, how is they actually selling? Okay, so what kind of items they're actually purchasing, where they're actually storing? Okay, how the transport is done, how the order is created. That's all concept called supply chain management. In that, one of the type is warehouse. It's a storage area of products actually here. Okay, if we discuss about this domain, it's actually very lengthy actually. Okay, so here it's actually details here. So for payments and all are non-technical queries, you can just call to Srikanth number here actually here. Okay, if you want to communicate for payment related and all here. Okay, some people will ask, sir, what about more experience? If you want to keep something like 6 and something like 8, then you have to first finish level 2 project. Okay, because first you should have basic knowledge, then you should also attend level 3 project. Level 3 project must attend after level 2 only. Okay, only level 2, who actually completed level 2, they only eligible to attend level 3 project. Level 3 project will not start now, it will take some time, mostly in September second week or third week we are going to start. Okay, so these are the tools I'll cover, and some UI technologies also I'll cover here. Still, if you have any doubts also, you can send an email to me, I'll clear your doubts. And you can just contact this Facebook group also, there also I'll provide here. Okay, this is yesterday's points actually, I'm just giving here. This actually today's one, who missed yesterday, just I'm providing the details. Okay, so these details and notes I'll post even in my Facebook group also, you can just go through that. Okay, if someone missed yesterday's session, okay, I'll give that recorded video in my Facebook group, you can just go through that demo session. If you miss here, you can just go through that. Still, if you have any question, you can ask here, not an issue. Level 3 project not now, it will be taking some time. No, parallelly attending level 2, level 3 not possible. Even though you're talented, not possible, sir, because I'll continue from level 2. Akhil, it's actually well suitable for you. It's a level 2 project is suitable. Level 3 project not required for you. Yeah, 3 plus this is sufficient. No need of again level 3 project. 3 up to 3, no need of level 3 project. Level 2 sufficient. Level 3 is actually who will be having more experience and gap, and if they want to learn here. Yeah, if you we know it's suitable for that. Okay, if you want to get the knowledge on Spring Boot also, yes. Yeah, only after level 2 you can attend level 3. Parallelly not allowed. You will not understand, sir. Okay, it looks like you are parallelly watching two movies. Okay, one French movie and one English movie. You are watching two parallel movies, you won't understand. It is also same. Even I won't recommend. If you don't have time, only join first one, then later come to second one. Yeah, Spring Security also covered here. Now coding will take some time. Okay. Angular integration I'll give only for one module, because here we are not taking any Angular, only just one module I'll give. Spring Security integration will be there, Neeraj Kumar. Complete security implementation with role management. New project batch will take some time. This is only new project actually here. These are just demo sessions we are taking. Okay. Continuation, that's actual classes will be started from 25th onwards. These are all demo sessions. Yeah, PS, you can attend that. If you know that basics, yes, you can attend. Spring Security, I'll take it from beginning. Yeah, this is suitable actually for entry level, sir. If someone don't know any project so far, you did not do anything, for them only suitable. I want to learn something in Spring Boot as a project, for them it is suitable. If a level 3 project we started, we'll inform in Facebook group. In this group we will inform. You can just be in touch with this group. Okay, we'll inform there every new batches and all. Spring Boot new batch will be on 27th. You can find the details in the group only. If you don't know Spring Boot, don't join. Spring Boot mandatory. I said right, these two. Spring Boot basic knowledge, these two mandatory. It's a Spring Boot based only. It's a boot based concepts only. Yeah, Pawan Verma, you can just cover 3 years gap with this. Okay. Recently, if you started Spring Boot, means how many days completed? That's important. At least some 15 days, 20 days completed. Then you can join. Minimum knowledge required on data JP and WebMVC. Without that, please don't enter into project batch. You will face problem. Yes, it's a completely online only. No, it's not Amazon actually. It's a before Amazon. If item coming to Amazon, where exactly it will be like that actually here. Before order comes to actually items that comes to Amazon, it should be somewhere. Okay, that place actually warehouse. Once manufacture is done, there's actually product. There's product implementation and all that should be stored somewhere. Actually, that is called warehouse. It's like a go downs you can compare, but not exactly. Yeah, you can compare, not an issue. Go down just stock storage, but it will be having some operationals also. Yeah, resume preparation, sample resumes also given. UI technology also covered here. These are the different UIs we are going to see. Bootstrap, jQuery, Ajax, okay, Angular, just basics, Eclipse debugging we are going to see here. Yes, Agile with Jira also covered. Okay, still if you have any questions also, you can send an email to me here. Okay, I'll answer even. Okay, you can mention in the chat in the YouTube also. Okay, thank you. Continuation we'll be having next session, that is on Monday.